What's up, YouTube? What's up, Xtreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck. Welcome to Xtreme Gainz. This is the AMC update video for today, Tuesday, December 21st. Let me start off by saying I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please don't take any of it as such. With that being said, I want to take a look at the AMC chart currently. And what I have on the screen are scenario 1, scenario 2 of my algorithm fractal projections. Currently, I've been using two different potential scenarios. And what I want to do is two things here. I want to do what I always do and what Xtreme Gainz is built off of. And that's this realistic perspective of everything, this grounded, realistic perspective of everything. And the ability to prepare for everything so we're surprised by nothing. And that's my MO. It's kind of my tagline. That's what I like to do. It's how I live my life. Those that know me as part of the family and everything know for the life that I come from, I had to live by that code and I use it. And it has helped me not only prepare and accept mentally and emotionally both what goes on in the market from day to day. So I'm trying to give that to you as well, so that you can kind of have that mindset as well. So we're going to do two things. I'm going to try to be as fast as I can to get through this as quick as I can. So let's get to it. What you see in front of you is the current AMC 4-hour in the middle here. This is the scenario 1 that I was presenting in previous videos and scenario 2 that I was presenting in previous videos. If you haven't seen those videos, for context, please go back and watch them. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, whatever, do all that stuff. But you're going to want to watch those to understand what I'm talking about here, because I'm not going to keep going back. We're going to keep moving forward. Scenario 1 is the single bottom. This is the dollar tree from 2008 that I've been talking about and showing. Scenario 2 is two exact fractals ago in the same macro descending wedge, the yellow wedge that we're in, of AMC's historical self. This is also an exact replica matching fractal of the one on the 7-year macro descending wedge. The very bottom, the micro descending wedge that was inside of it that met the confluence of support that shot us up January of this year. This is an exact replica of that. So not only is this the two prior, but it's also a representative of that as well. So I want you to kind of remember that. With that being said, what I want to point out is this. I've been saying there'll be a point in time when I'll know when this is going to, or where we're at, which one we're doing. And once I know which one we're in, which fractal movements that we're replicating here as part of the algorithm, I'll be able to then project future price movement for obvious reasons. As you can see, there's two different outcomes here, or not two different outcomes, but two different paths to that outcome. Okay, same outcome, two different paths. So that's what I mean when I say that. And what I'm about to show you is this. These both, although different movements from a macro perspective, they are exact movements from a micro perspective. And I'm going to point that out. And what I also want to point out with this, and I'm going to walk you through this like a dumbed down version of it, is there will come a point in time where one of them diverts and the other one confirms. So there's going to be a diversion and a confirmation. At that moment is when I will know which one we are replicating, and then I'll also know future projected movement based off of that. So here's what I mean by that. I'm going to really dumb this down. Check this out. We're going to start with this one over here, right? We come down into the white descending wedge, we find support, we check down, and then we rebound up and we get rejected off of the descending wedge resistance, right? Same thing here on the comparative one, but different. We come down, we find support, we check back up, we get rejected off the descending wedge resistance. Here's the one we're in. We come down into the descending wedge, we find support, we check up, we get, oh, I did it again. We get rejected off of the descending wedge resistance. Those of you that watch me enough know I do this all the time. I have sausages for fingers. I can't help it. My apologies. Oh, I did it again. I'm such a dummy. All right. So here we are, right? We've rejected off of this. We've rejected off of this. And here we've rejected off of, we're here, this. Okay. So then the next move, right? We're going to do it all over again. Is straight down, bottom, right? Next move here after the first, I'm sorry, right here. After the first rejection, yeah, that's good enough. Off the first rejection is we reject and we shoot down to the bottom, right? Shoot down to the bottom, shoot down to the bottom, and here we are in our current one, we shoot down to the bottom. Now this is where we were like, is it a single bottom? Is it a double bottom? Is it single? Is it a double? I'm going to show you, we're still looking at both of them as possibilities. Here we go. This one here comes down to the bottom, shoots back up, goes the whole way back up, gets rejected again at the descending wedge resistance, right? Here's our bottom. Oh, Chuck. I did it again, peeps. My bad, man. All right, with same thing, we come back down. I know we have some moves in here, but it's the macro perspective now as well. You got to have a little of both while doing this. We come back up, and look what happened. I called for this, and it happened. We got rejected from the descending wedge resistance. Here's this one. We're in the bottom. We make a little W here, but we come back up, and what happens? We get rejected from the descending wedge resistance. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting. After the rejection, we come back down, we come back up, and we break out, right? We make a higher high. On this one, we come back down, we come back up, and we make a lower high. Indicator number one. Higher high, lower high. Indicator number one. The next move, I'm going to go one more. We come down, right? Fake out, breakout. Just like the fake down, breakdown. If you guys don't know what that means, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I keep getting these stupid comments about it. They're my terms. Makes it easy. Keep it simple, stupid. The next move is the breakout again. Another second attempt at the breakout. And we come back down, right? However, look, another higher high. Here we are in this one. We come back up, lower high, back down, back up, another lower high, right? So after this check, right? Or after the rejection and pullback, rejection, pullback, we go higher high, lower high, right? That's the indicator. That is the indicator because look, when this pulls back, where's it pull back? About halfway down-ish, roughly. When this pulls back, minus this wick, let's go with the bodies. About halfway down, right? About the same area. I mean, granted, it's not like here, but you get what I'm saying as far as from the bottom up, right? So you're not going to be able to tell, right? I wouldn't be able to tell. This is going to reject, right? So if this rejects and it comes down, let's say, to the bottom of these bodies here, right? About that area, which I believe is the 26.75, 26.50 to 27. Let's call it 26.50 to 27 dollar area. So I'm expecting, again, this goes with preparation and preparing for this. I am expecting a pullback. I'm expecting, could we break out and have a fake out breakout here? Absolutely. And then get rejected off the macro descending wedge? Absolutely. That could happen. That's all part of, like I said, it's not candle for candle. However, I do believe in the macro perception that we are going to pull back. Now, that's going to vary as well, right? You look here, I know this looks like a smaller pullback than this, and this is more exaggerated. It's also bigger than the other one and everything else. So that's why I looked at it with levels like this for you. So I want you to see levels. It's about the same here as far as from the bottom up, right? So if this does that, again, I'm not going to know which one it is, right? So then the next move, once we've pulled back and we're down here, this is where I'm going to see indication. This next move up after the pullback. If the next move up after the pullback is a higher high, right, from here to here, versus a lower high from here to here, number one indicator. Then we have one more indicator to look at, right? If the next one, right, it pulls back again and it goes up again, it's another higher high. This one here, lower low. Boom. At that moment, I do believe, again, I'm going to say it again, I do believe at this moment, right here, or right here, I will be able to invalidate one of these and confirm the other one, and therefore be able to zoom out, look at projected price movement. Again, these aren't exact. This could just keep ripping. Don't. I know how people are. And this one runs up as well. It's a big grind up, okay? But I'll be able to project our movements at that point to get us up out of here to the next liftoff, and then we'll just kind of have to go from there. And I don't want to go any further than that. I have methods to get us to the next place after that with projections, but I don't want to go there yet because we got to get out of here. But that is what I'm looking at for when it is that I'll be able to go ahead and say and hang my hat on and say, this is where I think we're at. This is where I think we're going. And I'll put the lines in here like I did. Now, I want you to know that this is, I don't know if I said this or not, this is Dollar Tree from 2008. Again, for context, go back and watch the video where I talk about the comparison to the 08-09 crash, Dollar Tree, and SPY. You'll see the context, you'll understand it. For those that do, I just wanted to point that out. This is a previous fractal of AMC. This was in the original Algo exposed video. When I finally put this information out publicly, this is what I had drawn in here. In here. I had this drawn in here. It is the same thing. It's a double W. You can see here, there's a little W and then another W. So it's a double W inside of this big W. I've been talking about this thing forever. That was the original one until I came up and found and dug and found this theory and created this theory of the resemblance to the SPY and Dollar Tree with its negative beta and how that functioned with the 08-09 crash, with the concept that AMC does have negative beta and its location to the SPY right now in comparison to Dollar Tree and SPY in 08-09 previously, or prior to and post crash. Please go watch that. It will give you all the context in the world. But I wanted to point this out because I know some people are probably thinking, I keep saying I'm going to know and there's going to be a point. And I just wanted to show you why I keep saying that and how even as different as these may look on these internal movements, they're very similar when you break it down and really when you're in the middle of this movement trying to place or find where you're at in the placement of the movement within this fractal shape and where you're going to go. It's always like this. I've done this for an entire year prior to putting any of this content out. This is how I work. This is my process. I just wanted to give you some insight into it so that nobody starts busting my balls about, oh, blah, 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 blah. This is why. You can see that the movements continue to be the same. And then there always comes a point, and all the people will tell you in the comments that are in the Discord and that are on the live streams, I keep preaching this, there will come a point when I will know indefinitely. And I went out ahead of myself here, and I looked, and I followed these movements just like I did with you. I dumbed it down, and I thought, haha, here it is. Higher highs, 1, 2, 3. Same movements in between. Lower highs, 1, 2, 3. Same movements in between. So all these movements are going to look the same, right? When this does this, they're all going to look like this, and they're all going to look like this. The indicator is going to be lower highs or higher highs, and then I'll be able to call it. And now that I just showed you, you should be able to as well. If you're an algorithm trader like I am, or if you believe in these algorithms and fractals, fractal shapes, or if you're following me, you'll be able to do that now as well. That's pretty much what I have for the comparison side of this. Also, with the prepare for everything, so we're surprised by nothing, I want to reiterate, could we blow out of here and continue up in an uptrend? Absolutely. Am I okay with being wrong with that? Absolutely. Could we potentially be in a different place of this? Yes, and it would be right here if we were, right? We did a comparative volume analysis on this candle volume versus volume from this candle to this candle and Dollar Tree. It actually works out. So if I am in the wrong place, this would be the only other scenario that would continue to blow us up out of here with just basically what we're doing now. Up, pull back, up, pull back, up, pull back, up, pull back, the whole way up, as you can see that happens here with the Dollar Tree. If that is the scenario that happens, we are currently sitting, you can see right here's the check down, right here's the check down. We push up, we get rejected. We push up, we wick up, we get rejected. Here's our first candle on the way down. Here's our first candle on the way down. The next moves are down, pullback, right? Or we're here, are down, pullback. And you can see here how that pullback kind of looks from a macro perspective. It would probably put us, let me move this so I can see the price. It would probably put us in the $28.50 to $29 area. Pull back to that, maybe even lower, maybe even down to, again, $27.75 area. And that's what I'm expecting. So, with that being said, prepare for everything, surprised by nothing. Whether this ends up playing out, whether this ends up playing out, or whether this ends up playing out, no matter what happens right now, we are looking at all, in my opinion, according to my strategy, my theory, we are looking at a pullback very, very shortly. Whether it starts tonight or it starts tomorrow in the morning in pre-market, or if it starts once the market opens or midday, it doesn't matter. Midweek, if we have to wait a day or two, if we continue to push up, fake out, breakout, then they pull it back. All of that is possible. I just want you to be aware of the fact that no matter what happens, even if it pushes up again, in let's say this scenario, right, or this scenario, if I have the location wrong on this, no matter what happens, the next move after a short-term push-up is a pullback. And either way, it looks like not a super substantial one. This one would bring us back down here to our bottom. Eventually, I don't think it would initially on the first pullback here. I think we would see something along these lines. But I just want your mind to be wrapped around it. This, again, prepared for this. I do believe we're going to see a pullback before we leg up. It could be in a couple different ways. So I want you thinking about that. But in all three scenarios, we have a pullback here. We have a pullback here. We have a pullback here. And we're sitting here and we already pulled back. We've already wicked that up, come back down. Whether we come back up and then come down, I don't know. And again, it's not candle for candle, but I just want you to know that in all of my scenarios right now, we will be pulling back shortly, real shortly. The extent of that pullback, again, is going to be similar, whether it's this, whether it's this, or whether it's this. They're all going to be similarly looking, so I'm not going to be able to know until we see this movement here. This movement here, if it is higher highs, it could be this. I will adjust from there, and I'll be able to distinguish between whether we're here or whether we're here in this movement, if that's what it does confirm. But I hope that helps. I tried to get it done in under 20. I did. I'm going to leave it there. We're at we finished the day at $30.30, up 2% green. We're down 5 cents right now, 0.17% red. I hope this helped. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for tuning in. I'd appreciate it if you throw a like on the video. Smash that like for me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I will put the link. We have a Discord, a private Discord. I think we have between 15 and 20 members in there. It's just unbelievable. You really, if this interests you, you really need to join and come into the Discord. You'll love it. I live stream every day from market open to market close, Monday through Friday. Come by, hang out. Same group of people are in there, and some. We have hundreds coming in and out all day. Typically, I think we average around 400 or 500 people. I've seen as much as 700 in and out throughout the day, according to my analytic count. Come in, hang out, chill, see what we do. We go over charts, we talk, we have a good time. Other than that, I'm going to leave it at that. I will be on live tomorrow morning at 9, maybe a little before, to go over the option call outs that I do for the Discord. I give them to the live stream about a half hour before market open. So if I don't see you, then I'll see you on the next video. I appreciate you guys commenting and liking and all the support. It's been unbelievable. Thank you guys, and I will see you either on the next video or in the live stream tomorrow morning. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk to you then, guys. Later.